Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here on the night of UFC 193 with the final stories and the final coverage of the big Holm going up against Ronda Rousey fight tonight on UFC. There's a few more fights that are on there. Honestly, my good buddy, Freaking Yeah 88, has told me that there's another chick fight on the card, which honestly could steal the show and direct more attention to female fighting inside of UFC. Honestly, I don't even know who the girls' names are. I have heard a little bit of the buzz. Basically, a lot of people saying that the other girl that is fighting is just as dominant as Ronda Rousey is, and it's probably going to be a long time before anybody beats her. Honestly, I was thinking a lot about this Ronda Rousey fight when I was watching the Chasing Tyson documentary, the 30 for 30 on ESPN this week. That was about Evander Holyfield and his chase of Mike Tyson and the fight that a lot of people thought was never going to happen. And then, of course, Evander Holyfield becoming the #1 contender, signing a contract to fight Mike Tyson after he beat Buster Douglas, only for Buster Douglas to knock out Mike Tyson in Japan. I think we've seen a lot from Ronda Rousey this week with the open workouts and her doing media. And all of the late night sparring that she does in her hotel room, that I think Ronda Rousey really is really focused, and there's not a lot of the problems that were surrounding Mike Tyson the night that he went to Tokyo to fight Buster Douglas and ended up getting outplayed, and I believe he got knocked out in the 10th round. He just had so many things that were going on in his life, whether if it was his divorce, or whether if it was the rape charges, or whether if it was this, that, and that. Everyone pulling on him, trying to get a buck off of him. Everybody knows how the career of Mike Tyson panned out. It was what it was. But when it comes down to it, honestly, when I look at Ronda Rousey and Holm, I think a lot of people got into this fight yesterday at the fact that they sort of got into a little bit of a tussle at the weigh-ins, where basically Holm leaned it a little bit too far on Ronda Rousey, and next thing you know, their arms are all tangled up, and it looked like Holm actually took a shot at Ronda Rousey, which honestly really shook me up. The fact that I didn't really think by looking at Holm and watching interviews with her that she even really wanted to fight Ronda Rousey. This fight seemed to come out of the middle of nowhere, with the fact that a lot of people were thinking that Ronda Rousey was going to fight one of her big-time rivals, when she ended up winning her last fight at UFC. People thought that it was going to be her and not Beth Kochia, because she beat Beth Kochia. The other girl. God damn it, I can't remember what her name was. Not Zingano. But one thing leads to another. This wasn't even the fight that a lot of people thought that was going to be happening at UFC. And plus, this fight was supposed to happen at UFC 195, and then due to an injury, one thing leads to another. And this fight ends up getting switched to 193, being moved to Australia. And, this is really... Oh, Misha Tate. That was that damn girl's name. But a lot of people thought they were going to see Ronda Rousey versus Misha Tate at 195. Next thing you know, there's an injury, and they have to bump this show up in order to, make sure that the Australia show has a big star, and that they're going to be able to sell out. And this place sold out in an instant. I think a lot of people have seen, the craze that's taken over Australia for this big fight, and Ronda Rousey really does deserve it. This is going to be one of her last fights for a good while. She says that more than likely she's not even going to fight until next July, which she is on average fighting about every 3 months for UFC. So this is a big deal. She's going to go off. She's going to make her movies. She's going to make Roadhouse. She's going to make her autobiography movie. Lots of things happening for her, but honestly, when it comes down to it, I know that people are flooding to Vegas in order to try and put a little bit of money on Holm, just for the shake of, in case there is an upset. The odds are so much in Holm's favor that you basically have 9-1 odds. If you put a $10 bet on Holm, she ends up getting that one lucky punch. You end up winning $10. Where basically Ronda Rousey, if you put $100 down, you win $5. So there's basically not a real big winning scenario if you do bet Rousey. But honestly, I don't see a scenario where you don't. No one's ever, been a kickboxer or a boxer to have the hand speed and the foot speed to sort of push Rousey. Most people have taken the fight right to Rousey, right in the middle of the ring. They never really made Rousey dance around it. Well, we haven't really seen a fight except for Miesha Tate's fight go out of the first round. So maybe we're going to see a different style of fight from Holly and Ronda. Maybe Ronda's going to make Holly fight her style of fight, which is never good. Once that fight gets down on the ground, it's going to be over pretty fast. So we'll see what goes down tonight. Ronda Rousey versus Holm, UFC 193.